The stage is set, and the buzz is louder than ever as bold predictions are shaking up the conversation ahead of Game 1. With momentum building and confidence skyrocketing, analysts are daring to say what fans have been whispering all along, that no one can stand in the way right now. This isn't just about hype, it's about dominance, strategy, and the kind of form that makes experts believe history could be made. The excitement is through the roof, the stakes couldn't be higher, and the reactions pouring in are sparking serious debate. Stay tuned, because we're unpacking every prediction, every hot take, and why this opening clash might set the tone for something unforgettable. What's up, Dodgers Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the latest, most exciting, and most talked about updates from around Major League Baseball. And today, oh man, do we have a story for you. Because ESPN has just dropped a bombshell prediction ahead of the Dodgers wildcard Game 1, and let me tell you, it's one of those bold takes that will have fans buzzing, rivals fuming, and the baseball world paying very close attention. The headline says it all, and no one can stop the Dodgers. That's not a random fan shouting from the bleachers. That's not even some biased hot take from Los Angeles media. This is ESPN putting it on the national stage, saying straight up that the Dodgers are poised to make a run so powerful, so overwhelming, that Game 1 of the wild card is just the first domino in a postseason that could shake the sport. And as we dive into this prediction, we're going to break down why analysts are saying this, the factors fueling the confidence, the players who are stepping up, the stats that make this claim hard to deny, and of course, the emotions that fans are feeling right now. But before we dive in, let me just remind you, if you're part of the Dodgers family, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications, because we'll be bringing you coverage all postseason long. Every big hit, every clutch strikeout, every breaking update, we've got it right here. Alright, let's get into it. So ESPN comes out and says no one can stop the Dodgers. That's a big statement, right? Especially when you think about how unpredictable baseball can be, especially in October. One swing, one inning, one mistake can change the entire postseason narrative. And yet, despite all that uncertainty, the confidence in the Dodgers is sky high. Why? Because this is a team that's been battle-tested all year. Think about it, the Dodgers didn't just stumble into the wild card. They fought through injuries, they retooled their roster, they found contributions from unexpected places, and they still managed to establish themselves as one of the most dangerous teams in the league. ESPN's take wasn't just about hype, it was backed up with analysis. They looked at the Dodgers lineup, and you know what? It's a nightmare for pitchers. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, yeah. Imagine facing that in a do-or-die game. Add in guys like Max Muncy, Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, and suddenly, every inning feels like a trap for opposing arms. That's why analysts are saying that no pitching staff in the wildcard round, or even beyond, is really equipped to consistently shut this team down. But it's not just the hitting. Let's not forget about the arms. Tyler Glasnow, Walker Buehler making his return, Bobby Miller showing flashes of being that next ace, and then you've got the bullpen pieces who have been locking things down late. If you're an opponent trying to find a weakness, good luck, because the Dodgers have options everywhere. Now here's where it gets really interesting. ESPN's bold prediction wasn't just about Game 1, it was about the tone that Game 1 could set. If the Dodgers come out swinging, if they dominate, if they send a message early, then it's going to feel like this team is playing with destiny on their side. The vibe around the Dodgers right now is that they're not just aiming to win, they're aiming to prove something. Remember, this team has faced criticism before. People have said, oh, they can't finish in October, or their regular season success doesn't always translate. And you better believe that's fuel for this clubhouse. This is a chance for the Dodgers to silence the doubters and remind everyone why they've been one of the most consistent powerhouses in baseball for over a decade. And let's talk about momentum. Momentum in baseball is everything. Right now, the Dodgers have it. They finished the regular season strong, they got key players healthy at the right time, and the energy in that clubhouse is electric. You can feel it in the way they're playing, you can feel it in the way they're talking, and you can see it in the confidence that analysts are picking up on. Fans are hyped too. Go on social media, go on Dodgers forums, listen to the chatter at Chavez Ravine. People are buzzing. There's this collective belief that something special is about to happen. And when fans and players feed off each other like that, it creates an atmosphere that's tough for opponents to deal with. Imagine stepping into Dodger Stadium for a wild card game with 50,000 fans screaming, waving towels, chanting every pitch. It's not just a game, it's an event. And that's what the Dodgers bring to October baseball. Now let's zoom in on Game 1 itself. Who's going to be the hero? That's the big question. Will it be Mookie setting the tone with a leadoff blast? Will it be Freddie driving in clutch runs in the middle innings? Will Ohtani put his stamp on the postseason in a way that only he can? Or maybe it's one of the unsung guys. Maybe James Outman makes a diving catch. Maybe Chris Taylor delivers a pinch hit homer. Maybe Ryan Yarbrough comes in and gives the Dodgers unexpected length on the mound. That's the beauty of October. You never know who's going to step up. But what you do know is that the Dodgers have more candidates for hero than almost any other team in the field. Let's also not forget the psychological edge. When ESPN comes out and says no one can stop the Dodgers, that doesn't just fire up the fans, it gets into the heads of opponents too. Imagine being the team lined up to face them. You're already thinking about how tough that lineup is, and now you've got national media declaring that this juggernaut is unstoppable. That's pressure. That's intimidation. And the Dodgers thrive when they smell that kind of edge. And you know what? This prediction isn't coming out of nowhere. Look at the numbers. Dodgers offense ranked near the top in runs scored, OPS, home runs, you name it. The pitching staff, despite some injuries, still posted strong numbers, and the bullpen ERA tightened up when it mattered most. Defensively, they've been sharp, with guys like Betts showing Gold Glove caliber skills all over the diamond. This is not a lopsided team. It's balanced, it's deep, and it's built for October. There's also the star factor. Every postseason, there are a handful of players who grab the spotlight, who rise above the rest, and who define the storylines. The Dodgers might have multiple guys who can do that. Ohtani alone is a storyline every time he steps onto the field. Mookie has a history of postseason heroics. Freeman has the consistency that makes him dangerous in every at-bat. And then there's the X-Factors, guys like Bobby Miller, who could introduce himself to the world in a big way under the bright lights. Now, ESPN making this prediction is also about trust. Trust in the Dodgers system, trust in their leadership, trust in Dave Roberts and the way he manages October. Roberts has taken heat in the past, sure, but he's also guided this team to countless division titles and a World Series. He knows how to handle pressure, he knows how to mix and match his lineup, and he knows how to keep the clubhouse locked in. That's not something every team can say. The wild card is always a dangerous round. One slip and your season could end. But when you stack the Dodgers up against their potential opponents, you see why analysts are leaning this way. The depth, the experience, the firepower, it's all there. And if Game 1 goes the way ESPN predicts, it could set the tone for a postseason run that feels inevitable. So, what does this mean for fans? It means get ready. Get ready for a roller coaster, get ready for drama, get ready for unforgettable moments. Because when you combine this much talent with this much momentum, you're bound to get fireworks.